So we're going to get started on our cake right now. A couple cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and a half teaspoon of salt. We got 2 teaspoons of cinnamon we need to put in this. Now we're going to measure out a couple of cups of sugar, 3/4 cup of vegetable oil, and 3/4 cup of buttermilk. And then I'm going to measure out a little vanilla, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So my recipe calls for grated carrot, and I'm going to do this with my food processor. It's pretty quick. And then my recipe calls for about 4 ounces of shredded coconut. So I'm going to have to use my food processor to shred up this pineapple. And there we go. And the way I grease my pans is I use duck fat in my pans, and then I'll dust them with some flour. Okay, so we're going to start here with our sugar and our eggs. I've already got the sugar in the bowl, and we'll do 1 egg at a time. And then we'll alternate our wet and dry ingredients. And then we'll add our pineapple, our coconut, our carrots, and that's all it takes for this cake. And then the last thing we need is a cup of pecans. So here's what my batter looks like. Cakes are in the oven. I'm going to set my timer for about 40 minutes. Okay, for the next part of this recipe, we're going to make a buttermilk glaze. But we're going to start with a cup of sugar, a half a cup of butter, and a half a cup of buttermilk. And then I'm going to add about a tablespoon of light corn syrup. And I'm also going to add a teaspoon and a half of baking soda. And when we get it off the heat, once we're finished cooking it, we'll add a teaspoon of vanilla. Now I'm just going to take this off the burner, turn off the heat, and just let it sit and cool down some. Now this is what the sauce looks like after the foaminess has died down and it's cooled off a little bit. The cakes are finished and they look fabulous. So while we're waiting on these cakes to cool down, I am going to go ahead and make my icing. So that's 3/4 of a cup of butter and then a 3-ounce pack of cream cheese. Once I get the butter and the cream cheese all mixed up really well, we're going to add 3 cups of powdered sugar. Go ahead and add a little vanilla. So our cakes aren't completely cooled off, but they're close enough. So what I'm going to be doing over the next little while is just basically painting this glaze onto these cakes. Here's the birthday boy and his cake.
Carrot cake. That's my favorite. Man, that's good.